Please, speak freely.
What's up, Omi homies? In this one, we'll be talking about Boba Fett and if he is a Grail dropping on Vivi. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive right in. Be sure you check out my Discord and email us so you can be the first to know about my upcoming NFT drop that is going to be jam-packed with utility. You can also join the YouTube membership and Patreon so you can have a chance to mint one of these NFTs. That's going to be a very limited drop, so be on the lookout for that.
I got NFTs, not fungible, wonderful, got pineapples on me.
There's Mandalore the Great pictured right here, and basically he's like the strongest Mandalorian, all right? And you can see everybody kind of raising up and cheering for him. These are all actually Mandalorians, so Mandalore is not technically a race.
We're more than just a people or an army, our AD. We're a culture, we're an idea, and you can't kill ideas, but we can certainly kill you.
Although it's kind of depicted like that in the new Disney Plus series. We'll get into that in just a minute. But basically, you have to be like the best, strongest fighter in the Mandalore culture to be Mandalore the Great, and you're kind of like the king. And if you had actually watched the cartoons, Darth Maul for a minute becomes Mandalore the Great of an entire planet of Mandalorians, which was super dangerous to the Jedi Order and even to Senator Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious himself. So Darth Sidious basically went on this little private mission that basically takes out Darth Maul, makes him run away, and all this other stuff in the cartoons. And basically, this creates like a power vacuum, if you will. There's this whole story behind it. Very interesting, but it goes way, way back before even the Mandalorians had like, you know, the tools that they have today, their utility belt, their flamethrowers and things like that. They were still a warrior race back then. And we seen them eventually get into a big, enormous conflict with the Jedi when the Jedi had these massive numbers. They recognized that the Jedi had or were the best warriors in the entire galaxy, and that they wanted to actually go to war to prove who was the better warrior, being that the Mandalorians were a warrior race. So they developed all these different systems and technology to beat the Jedi. And as you know, like a good Mandalorian can actually defeat a Jedi if they're properly trained or what have you. So we've seen this in the movies. It's like you can actually beat a Jedi, at least maybe not a master, but you can defeat a Jedi if you're a Mandalorian. So it's very interesting to see all this. Even the Darksaber in the new Disney Plus series, we know a former Jedi actually made that, became a Mandalorian, and took up the Darksaber. And that's kind of the status symbol for Mandalore the Great. Like if you control this Darksaber and you can wield it, it's like wielding kind of like the Ring of Power, and you're Mandalore the Great. So that's what the whole Disney Plus series is about who's going to become Mandalore the Great and kind of take over. Disney could do a massive, massive series on just this, and I see them going in this direction. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do, and I would love to see a Disney series on Mandalore the Great, at least way back then, and how things came to be, because it's such a huge, huge lore in the Star Wars universe. And fast forward to Boba Fett. We know Boba Fett is also one of the most lethal Mandalorians in the entire galaxy. He becomes a bounty hunter, kind of separated himself from the Mandalorians, but he is a Mandalorian himself. And we know his dad, Jango Fett. Jango Fett actually was the #1 bounty hunter in the entire galaxy as well. Super well known in the entire galaxy. We know that Mace Windu took his dad out, and he kind of set out on a vengeance and became a bounty hunter himself, and ends up working for Vader and many, many others. We know he works for, Jabba the Hutt, and in the new Disney Plus series becomes the replacement for Jabba the Hutt, essentially takes over his throne and rules kind of the outer rim, so to speak. So Jabba the Hutt ruled a lot. He ruled that whole planet Tatooine, basically, and this whole crime syndicate. So Boba Fett takes over and does his own thing. So with that being said, Boba Fett is super iconic because he kind of represents like the entire Mandalorian race in the new modern era of Star Wars. So I think he's really important. Now, I don't think he's maybe the number one Grail. I think it's going to be hard to beat Darth Vader. But in terms of Grail status, I really do think he is a Grail. And, I don't think his price action will reflect that for a while until we get actually hardcore Star Wars fans that know his backstory and know, you know, everything about that. But there is also huge amounts of cosplayers that are massive fans. They dress up as Mandalorians and they have these Mandalorian legions and things like that. So I could see long term, you know, that Boba Fett being a Grail. I mean, he's literally been the face of Mandalorians for a very long time and a huge part of the Star Wars universe. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all that. I just want to do this video on, you know, Boba Fett and if he is a Grail. I think he is, but I don't think this price will reflect that for a while. Let me know what you think about all that. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video at the blockchain. Be like an NFT, be authentic, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.